Before I properly begin this video, I want to make something very, very clear. Oh, you didn't see that. Forget you saw that. The only people allowed to watch this video are those who were around back in the Miiverse days of this channel. You know, 2014, 2015, some of 2016. Okay, now that I only have 3 people left watching this video, you may notice that this video kinda sorta differs from my other more recent videos where I record with a phone. This video is not 4K 60 frames per second, but rather 1080p and I think 30 frames per second. That is because I am not recording with my iPhone 11, but I am instead recording with my iPhone 6. I recorded so many of my old Miiverse videos with this thing. My earliest Miiverse videos, to be technical, were recorded with an iPod Touch, and I still have that, but most of my Miiverse videos were recorded with this, and I'm sure a lot of the old Miiverse videos I made that you remember were recorded with this. And I also made a whole bunch of videos for many years in iMovie and on another app that I completely forget the name of on this phone. So this phone holds a lot of memories, and a lot of memories for you, I'm sure, if you're a long-time viewer of this channel. So anyways, let me get this out of the way, and for nostalgia's sake, for the rest of this video, I will record the Wii U gamepad, which is very fucked up right now because this spent the better part of, I think, like 7 months in the garage. I mean, look at how filthy this is, and the screen too, it's all dusty, I'm sure you can see that. I think this, it's fucked. It can't press down. This presses down just fine. This doesn't. Whatever. But that aside, this iPhone 6 was broken for a long time, or I don't know if broken is really the right terminology, but the battery on this thing is fucked. I remember like the last few months of me actually using this phone. It was a very, very terrible time because the phone would just randomly die out of nowhere. Like, it would be on 30% or something like that, and then it would just shut off, and the only thing you would see is the dead battery screen. And it would stay on that dead battery screen for a while. I would charge it for like 15 minutes and it stays on that dead battery screen. And then eventually the phone turns back on and it works as normal, except it's laggy as fuck and, you know, just overall a horrible experience. But still, it was usable, kinda sorta usable. And then eventually one day the phone randomly died again, and I thought it was gonna be like the other times, you know, just like 15 minutes of charging the thing up and then it's good to go again. But no, it just stayed dead. And then the next day I woke up and it was still dead, so I took this thing to the Apple store and they told me that your phone is fucked. It is completely fucked, and there's no fixing it because the motherboard is fried. And I'm like, oh, damn. And then I got an iPhone 8 that I used until, I think, November or December of 2019. And then I got this, and I'm probably going to get a 13 within the next few months, whenever that comes out, more than likely, because it'll be 2 years since I got my iPhone 11. But anyway, I thought this thing was dead for good. I couldn't turn it in because, of course, the Apple Store wouldn't take broken iPhones, or my cell phone carrier wouldn't take broken iPhones. So I just kept this thing in a shelf right there, Bowie, and it stayed in there for past 3 years or so, ever since I stopped using it, until like a week ago, we were cleaning out the shelves, we were putting away old DVDs in storage, and then I found this iPhone, and I was curious to see if it would charge up, because I found it kind of hard to believe that the motherboard of this thing died. I always felt like it was a battery issue, because towards the end, the battery on this phone was completely fucked as well. It would die very, very quickly. It wouldn't even make it through a school day. It would already be at like 15% by the time I would get home. I really had to conserve the battery throughout the day. And then I charged it up for like 5 hours, and then I went to watch TV and do other things, play video games, and then I completely forgot I was charging this, and then I took a look at the phone. It was back on, and I was like, holy shit. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a lot of the stuff that I had on it before the phone fried, because the Apple Store tried to wipe the memory. They did a lot of things to try to get the phone to work again, but to no avail. So it was basically like a new iPhone. I had to set it up again and all that. But still, it's really fucking cool that this thing is working again, albeit it's very close to unusable because the battery dies no shit within like 20 minutes. So unless I have this thing plugged in 24/7, I can't really do much with it. But hey, it's cool to just kind of dick around with it and, use some apps that are still compatible with this thing. And hey, it has a headphone jack too, so I can charge this thing and listen to music with headphones on at the same time, or with wired headphones, I mean, at the same time. God, I miss those days. I still can't forgive Apple for removing the headphone jack, but that is a completely different rant for a different day. You may not care about this, and there's really not much of a point to this video, but I thought it would be cool to at least record one more video on this thing for old time's sake, because this phone, I mean, has a lot of memories attached to it. It really does. Again, I recorded a lot of my really old videos on this thing, and I'm sure a lot of you remember those really old videos, and hey, it's a nostalgia trip for me, and it's probably a nostalgia trip for you. My Wii U is completely dead. Hey, there's my reflection. But, yeah. It's not dead in the sense that you can't use it. I mean, the gamepad needs to charge, and I don't have a charger with me right now. And my Wii U is in the closet. Again, I saved it from the garage like a week or two ago. So yeah, I don't even know if I'll use it because my PlayStation 5 is occupying the HDMI port, and my Switch is occupying the other HDMI port. So I don't even know if I'll use the Wii U. I just wanted to keep this thing in my room because I didn't want it sitting in a garage. But yeah, I don't really have much else to say. iPhone 6 video. This would be Pog if it was 2014, but it's not 2014. We're in 2021, and this thing is a dinosaur in phone years, so yeah. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Bye-bye. Wait, actually, to be more authentic, let me mumble that outro, because when I was still recording on this thing, I was not a good speaker at all, and I was a very quiet speaker, so that's all I have to say. Bye-bye. The admins suck.